Hi, this is my first vlog where I will react on a podcast by a popular uh, pink political analyst. No? He fashions himself as a political analyst, no other than Richard Dick Hidarian. What I find interesting about this guy is that he does not hide his political leanings. He is pink. And in this podcast, he is with another political analyst. And like Richard, he is also transparent about his political leanings. He is also pink. Si Ronald Llamas. In the political scene, no, they are known to be political operators. No, no matter how they deodorize themselves, no, they are operators, no, and they are propagandists. Anyway, in this podcast, they are accompanied by two journalists, no, si Ed Lingao and one Manny Mugato. No? Lingao and Mugato are known anti-Duterte guys. No? So basically, they are in this podcast they are dissecting, no, the possible outcome of the impeachment trial of VP Sara. No? And for them, the impeachment trial is a matter of survival, no? Both for VP Sara and for Marcos Jr. And well, for the Pinks, either way, no, either way the impeachment trial will go, it will still benefit them. No? If mag-trial, better for them. If hindi mag-trial, okay lang din sa kanila. No? Kasi for them, if mag-impeachment trial, that would be an avenue for them to, to destroy, the person of VP Sara in the hope that she will weaken come election time in 2028. So let us hear what they have to say, about the impeachment.
Baka people will
makalimutan.
Baka iba na issue by 2027, 2028.
But that's where also Ronald is right in the sense that the big elephant in the room is Malacanang willing to also breathe down their shoulder to say there's a cost. If you keep on trying to shield this person procedurally, institutionally, legally, there's going to be a cost. And Malacanang has leverage at the end of the day, Sir Ronald.
Huge leverage.
Daming leverage ang Malacanang.
Huge leverage.
Pwede i-arm squeeze.
Yun
ang Deus Ex Machina eh. Yun yung Deus Ex Machina dyan.
Hindi ba klaro sa kanila kung ano yung gusto nilang mangyari? What's in it for them and what they need to survive?
Lahat kasi yan ay naka-concentrate sa presidente. So, depende kung sino nag-a-advise sa presidente. For now, wala akong nakikitang political advisor. Bakante yung posisyon. Tapos, wala rin ako nakikitang tunay na political party. Diba? Yeah. Yung isang partido na pwedeng impluensyahan yung presidente. So, nasaan yung impluensya ng presidente? Yan ba ay last song syndrome? Kung sino yung huli niya nakausap? No? Tapos, pag may nakausap siya ulit, magbabago? Dahil, maganda na yung kanilang track record na napakulong
si
Digong, no? Napakulong si Kibuloy, di ba? Na pa-impeach si Sara. Ngayon pa ba sila magbobok? Ngayon pa ba sila mag-hesitate, di ba?
Okay, no? So Llamas is what Llamas is trying to say is may ambivalence, no, si BBM sa impeachment ni VP Sara, no? Sabi ni Llamas, mukhang mix ang signals ni BBM daw, no, sa kung interesado ba talaga siya na ma-impeach si VP Sara, no? My personal opinion is he is, of course, that's in the best interest of Marcos Jr., no, to impeach Sara and to prevent her from running in 2028. But not now, no? As far as my reading is concerned, this is not the right time to impeach Sara, no? Because Sara staying as vice president and obviously powerless is an easy target for Marcos and a smoke screen, no, for whatever scandal that he will commit up to 2028, no. And but for the Pinks, they would want to be sure that Sara is removed from the political equation, no. Sila talaga yung ini-egg nila si Marcos. They're pushing Marcos to go for the jugular, no, as they say, no. Kaya hindi nila gusto yung ambivalence ni Marcos Jr., no. And notice, proud na proud si Ronald Llamas, no, sa political achievements ni Marcos Jr. na napakulong niya si Presidente Duterte, napakulong niya si Kibuloy, at na-impeach si Sara Duterte, no. Kasi common enemy nila si President Duterte, no. So hindi nila nagawa yun, eh. At tapos si Bongbong Marcos ang gumawa, no? So parang amazed sila, no. Hindi rin nila alam, o kung alam nila, no, or hindi nila ine-expect yung effect ng ginawa nila kay Presidente Duterte in the run-up to the May 2025 elections. Kasi lumakas yung PDP laban, no? Lumakas yung Duterte candidates. In fact, yun na nga yung nangyari, no? More or less natalo talaga ang administration sa last elections kasi nakalusot yung tatlong PDP laban at saka dalawang in-endorse ni VP Sara na kandidato, changing now the composition of the 20th Congress in the Senate, no, who will judge VP Sara's impeachment case in July, no. So yun yung and noticeably proud sila sa ganong strategy, no. Ganyan talaga ang style ng yellow, ng pinks, no. Guluhin mo yung politika, you destroy your enemies, political enemies, para bumango ka, no? Which is nakalimutan na nila yung essence, diba, ng politics. Politics is a tool to do good for the people, to serve the people, no? To deliver, no, the basic, things for the people, no. So politics is will give you power, no, and to govern the people. That is supposed to be the dynamics, eh. And yun yung style ng mga Duterte. Kaya yung politics nila impactful talaga sa lives ng mga tao, no. Drug war, no? Anti-corruption si Presidente Duterte, may political will, no. Tingnan mo naman yung ginawa niya sa Manila Bay, no? For so many years, for so many presidents, Manila Bay was one big cesspool, no. Tapos nilinis ni Digo, no. Tapos when Rodrigo Duterte was cleaning up Manila Bay, the Pinks were criticizing him that what you call this, the katong stone, no, maka-destroy daw sa ecosystem sa Manila Bay. Of course, that's not true, no. And until now, nandun pa rin yung legacy ni Digong, no. Tapos yung Boracay, no, who would expect na ipasasara ni Duterte yun, no, at i-clean up yung Boracay, pero ginawa niya, no. So impactful yung mga policies ni Duterte, tsaka delivery, no, basic services to the people, especially sa peace and order, no, and sa enforcement sa law, no, tsaka fight sa criminality. Wala yan eh. Wala yan kay Marcos Jr. Wala din yan sa mga pinks.
Too much assassination threat under the bridge. Ibig sabihin, di ba? So, yun lang mas
Hindi
nakakapagtaka.
talagang nakakapagtaka yung, yung position ni Presidente na ayaw niyang pa-impeach.
Hindi, okay lang naman kasi yun as public posturing. Dahil presidente ka, parang sagwa naman, pinapa-impeach mo yung vice president mo.
Parang meron
Diba?
Self-interested.
Oh,
separation.
Ikalawa, sinasabi mo, may separation of powers. No? Yung House, yung Senate, yung Supreme Court, yung Executive.
Pero-
so, gusto mo i-maintain yung ganung mythology. No?
Pero kunyari lang yun.
Hindi, correct. Paano ka, ang pumirma ng impeachment ay hindi
Anak mo.
215. Ang
Oo.
pumirma is almost 260.
Tsaka ang unang
Anak mo yung una.
Ang unang pumirma,
Si Sandro.
Sandro.
At yung kanyang dahilan, pinapahukay yung lolo ko at itatapon sa West Philippine Sea. A very compelling reason.
Oo.
Diba?
Personalan na
Oh.
yan.
Pero that was in February. Iba pa yung political atmosphere noon. After the midterm elections, when people realized and saw anong impact, gano'n pa ka-influence yung Duterte bloc, hindi ba nagbago ihip ng hangin sa politika?
Actually, dapat nga magbago, mas papunta ron sa go for the jugular.
Urgency. Sense of
dahil
urgency.
2028 na eh. Pag yung na-survive nila ito yung impeachment, they have momentum. Pag na-survive nila yung impeachment, sila yung frontliner. Katulad nung survey ng Tangere, no? Na sila, ang layo
Angelia.
niya, no? Siya as a presidential preference. So, ibig sabihin, malinaw na kung ito ay mangyayari, ito siya ay magsusurvive siya, yari kayo. Kaya nga mas dapat tayong pato na yung mga Marcoses at this point.
Ang problema,
Kung hindi, magiging
ang problema kasi wala
early
kang
late
makitang
So, for Ronald Llamas, Inday Sara surviving the impeachment is an existential threat for the Marcos Jr. Administration. No? And why? Because if Sara survives the impeachment, she will be able to run in 2028. And filing another impeachment complaint against Sara Duterte would be too costly already. Imagine if they will file another impeachment complaint against Sara Duterte in 2026 or in 2027. No? How much will that cost in terms of, convincing the congressmen to support the impeachment complaint? If the rumor was true, no, that it took Martin Romualdez billions of pesos, no, to allegedly bribe the congressman to support this impeachment complaint of Sara, how much more, no, in 2027? Wala na talagang patutunguhan ng Pilipinas. No? And Marcos Jr. will burn the country, no? Just to remain in power, no? If that will happen. So this impeachment complaint, as far as I am concerned, will be the first and last impeachment complaint against Sara Duterte. No? And if she survives this impeachment complaint, she can run for president in 2028, and surely she will win. No? That will be a Marcos Jr. and his cabal, no, will have a hell to pay for what they did to her family, and more importantly to the country, no, to the Filipino people. Okay, so this Llamas guy, no, is trying to scare the hell out of Marcos Jr., telling him, hey, if you will not succeed in this, if you will not support this, if she escapes, no, and she survives, she can run in 2028, and there is a great possibility that she will win the elections as far as the initial surveys are concerned, no? And the Llamas guy cited the recent Tangerine, no, survey, no? Although fly by night yung Tangerine survey, but I think there is a message to that survey, no? Trying to convince Marcos to go for the jugular.
Alternative kay kay Sara. Sinong tatakbo against Sara?
Yeah, if you weaken Sara, Bongo will run. I think Bongo has his sights. I don't think Bongo is gonna just go gently into,
Eh pag si Bongo tatakbong presidente, boboto yung against Sara.
Oh, no comment ako dyan. Basta my point is, actually there are alternatives both from within her camp or supposedly her camp and also on the other side. As early as now, si Bam nagpo-position na.
Masyadong risky na papabayaan mo yung impeachment na magtagumpay yung mga Duterte. Masyadong risky. Ang hirap ng pigilan ng momentum na yan.
And they will look so strong kasi they were able to nip it in the bud. So you see, ganyan, sa sobrang lakas ng DDS.
Lalo na, wala akong malakas na kandidato.
Yeah. Pero nakita mo naman yung voting doon sa motion 18-5 That gives you a good idea doon sa temper ng Senate in 19 Congress.
Ang makikita mo kasi, John, is not the temper of the Senate. Ang makikita mo ron ay yung ambivalence ng Malacanang. Halimbawa, may nakausap akong dalawang senador. Ang sabi nila, ang tingin namin, ito yung posisyon ng Malacanang.
Wala silang sinasabi. Yeah.
Because hindi na,
tingin namin, ito yung posisyon.
We don't wanna interfere.
So how many of those...
Ang term nga na ginamit nila, we cannot fight City Hall. No? Kaya, ibig sabihin, ang tingin nila, ang pagkakasabi sa kanila ng Senate President, ito yung posisyon ng Malacanang. At wala namang ibang nagsasabi otherwise. No?
So theoretically...
Sino ba nag-lead nung atake? Dalawang minority opposition na hindi pro-bongbong, di ba? Tapos yung dalawa, natapos na yung term. Si Grace po, tsaka si Binay. Si Win Gatchalian lang talaga yung sumama doon sa dalawang minority. So, tingin ko, karamihan ng 18 na mga admin,
pwede mag-swing.
Ito yung posisyon ng Malacanang. No? Naniniwala sila ron. Lalo na, yung kasama nila is the Senate President. The Senate President, ang assumption nila is Malacanang.
Parang walang signal sa session floor. Wala sila sa chat group.
Baka na signal.
Pero si Erwin Tulfo, salita na.
Warning against
dapat
dismissing the trial.
Mabilis ang
dapat ituloy.
Okay. So, yun nga, no? Ang reading nila sa Malacanang is ambivalent, no? Parang nagdadalawang isip si Marcos Jr. no, na i-impeach. Kasi tingin ko kasi, nakita rin ni Marcos Jr. na ginagamit lang siya ng mga pinks. No? Parang, tapos pag mawala si VP Sara, natanggal nila si VP Sara, madali siyang atakihin ng pinks kasi mortal enemies yan sila Ngayon lang sila parang united kasi they are fighting one strong political enemy, no, the Dutertes, no, and the DDS. But hindi sila magsa-succeed, no? Kasi nakalimutan nila na sa politika, you need to win the hearts and minds of the majority of the Filipino people, no? And smart na ang mga Filipino voters ngayon naghahanap na sila ng may standard na sila kasi nga sa na-experience nila sa panahon ni PRRD, no, ni Rodrigo Duterte, na yung impactful leadership, no, na may resulta, na hindi lang lip service ba. Unfortunately for Marcos Jr., lip service yan. No? Wala kasi siyang alam wala siyang, he is not a leader, no? Cunning siya in the sense na corrupt ang mind niya in terms of katarantaduhan, no? Go after his political enemies. Magaling siya dyan, no? Kasi yung mga pumapaligid sa kanya, ganyan din ang utak, no? Pero in terms of meaningful, service to the people, wala siya. Hindi siya marunong dyan. Kasi nga, para sa kanya, ang politika, pera-pera lang. No? So, these pinks are egging Marcos because they have a common enemy. But once they successfully remove VP Sara, they will eat each other. No? They will kill each other. They will, they will politically batter each other. No? But that will not happen because VP Sara will survive this impeachment impeachment trial, and she will become a president in 2028, come hell or high water. That's all. Thank you.